Kings sit at 23-38, hosting the 25-33 Suns, as big trades have not seemed to bear a lot of fruitful winning for Sacramento thus far. Would that change today? First quarter highlights, and we see the Suns up 8-zip early, and Devin Booker gets inside to Mikal Bridges for the bucket. Desmond Bane gets open and drops a triple to get the Kings back into the mix. And the Suns are on a run when PJ Washington dishes to Landry Shamet for a corner three. They're up 13. Second quarter, it wasn't getting a ton better as Gabriel from deep. Suns up 20. This sequence heard as Bane sparks the Kings with yet another three. On the other end, Mikal Bridges answers right back. The Kings went into the second half down big, but Desmond Bane brought them back, hitting not just one, not just two, but three consecutive three balls. And then Brandon Ingram in on the action too to get the Kings back within 10. Cam Thomas made the deficit single digits, but on the other end, Washington knocks down a triple to get that double-digit Suns lead back into the fourth quarter. Hard to say a three not even midway through the quarter was a dagger, but this Garrett Adams three was just that, and the Suns went up 13 and never looked back, winning 100-89 behind 26 from both Booker and Ayton. Ayton added 20 boards too. Bane ends up dropping 21, and Ingram had 16 with 10 rebounds. The Kings then get beaten Portland 103-124 with Klinkstein putting up 28 points, while Simons had 34 for Portland. They lose at home to the Jazz 90-108 with Keegan Murray putting up 25 and Claxton going for 16 and 13 boards with 8 blocks. They lose in LA to the Clippers 96-113 with Ingram scoring 17 before finally winning a game in Phoenix 119-106 with Bane dropping 31. I guess he's a Suns killer. The Kings were 24-42, hosting the 18-44 Spurs, who might be in the running for another lottery win. We get our first close look at first overall pick Carson Sanders, as the Spurs also added Draymond Green to the mix in the offseason. The first bucket of the game required solid ball movement as it finds the hands of Keegan Murray to get the bucket. The Kings were off to a hot start, and Brandon Ingram hits the game's first triple. Carson Sanders then hands to Keldon Johnson, who knocks down a three to keep the Spurs close. And this fadeaway shot from beyond the arc tied the game with the Spurs on a 12-4 run. In the second quarter, the Spurs with a bit of a lead, and Brandon Ingram knocks it down from downtown. With a three-point lead, Ingram doubles it with yet another three ball, and Ingram was on absolute fire with 14 second quarter points after this three right here. Obligatory Carson Sanders highlight reel as he makes a nice move for the mid-range bucket, and later with an excellent dish to Draymond for the slamma-jamma. Later, Klinkstein with some awful defense allowed Sanders open for a three ball, and Carson Sanders right back at it for another three later to give the Spurs a lead. Sochan nailed a three of his own later to give the Spurs a bigger lead heading into the final quarter, and they're up 6 when Fox finds Klinkstein to cut it in half. However, the Spurs on a run, and Keldon Johnson with a big shot from beyond the arc to go up to 10, and San Antonio never looked back, grabbing in 99-91 win with Johnson putting up 23 with 11 boards and Carson Sanders scoring 21. For the Kings, Ingram led with 23 and Fox added 20. Nick Claxton goes down with a right arm fracture, pretty much ending his season. It was a loss at home to the 76ers 95-106 with Harden dropping 31, and then a loss to the Celtics 123-134 as Fox and Ingram scored 22 each, but Jason Tatum had 38. Finally, a win over the Magic 124-93 with Ingram dropping 30 points, 6 boards, and 5 dishes. Quick shout out to our channel members for keeping the dream alive: Franchise QBs, T-Clink24, Christian Horn, Colby Gaynor, Rigoberto Ramirez, and Troy Gordon, as well as our only general manager, Matthew Hackett. Channel members do get automatic players in every single series I do, so consider hitting the join button below if you're interested to support a little more. The 26-45 Kings roll into OKC to face the fast-rising Thunder. Chet Holmgren and Josh Giddey are blossoming as supporting cast for SGA, and the matchup of Bane versus SGA was expected to be a good one. To the first quarter we go. FanDuel bettors were mad when the game's first bucket came from Dorian Finney-Smith, of all people, for 3. Down 3, Brandon Ingram ties us up with his own from downtown, and check Warren out here on this floater as he gets it to go. Trying to keep us in it, it's Klinkstein to Murray for nothing but net, and after a very poor first quarter, we're on to the second, where Desmond Bane knocks one down from deep to get the deficit to 9. A Brandon Ingram three-pointer later on tried to spark the Kings, but while the Thunder dominated in the paint, we did not want this, as Lou Dort tries to start the perimeter game. Josh Giddey jacks up a moving triple, and the Thunder took a big lead into the second half. Desmond Bane nails a catch-and-shoot three ball to get the Kings to within 10 again, but 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Wild downtown shot by Josh Giddey as the crowd goes insane. This catch-and-shoot three by Pook gets the Thunder a 15-point lead, and the lead was double digits into the fourth and beyond until Ingram finds Murray for the straight-on three ball with 5:16 to go. But Dorian Finney-Smith hits the dagger, and the Thunder take it 89-73 behind 24 and 19 boards by Chet Holmgren, Bane with 18, and Ingram with 17. After that, it's another loss, this time to the Wolves, 117-128, with Fox dropping 20. Rudy Gobert scored 37. Yikes. Claxton should have been gone a month, but somehow fully healed in 2.5 weeks. That's interesting. The Kings sit at 26-47, and they're 3 games back from the play-in. It's a rough spot to be with little time left. Meanwhile, in the East, the defending champion Bulls are very close to the bottom of the conference. We've played so poorly that Fox no longer averages 20+, but Bane and Ingram have been solid 2 and 3 options. With Claxton missing time, our paint game has again been poor, though. Carson Sanders lost his spot as top rookie scorer to Rigoberto Ramirez Jr., and Luka Doncic is now averaging triple-double as the league's leading scorer. Is that insane? MVP, maybe? Our next game is against the Wolves, who just beat us with Gobert dropping 37. Hopefully he doesn't get that same turnout next time around. Sound off in the comments. It looks like it's going to be another bad season for the Kings, but we're fighting to stay to the end. Watch some other content here if you'd like. I love you all, FG fam. You have a dope day.